Hi, I'm Lieutenant Allard. I'm here today with firefighter Fred Odrumsky and Captain Mulder. We are going to answer some of the questions that you guys have wrote down for us. So we'll start with Fred. What is your job and what do you do?
So my job title here is a firefighter paramedic. So that entails everything from riding the medic to riding the fire truck or the ladder truck or the rescue. Whatever you might see going down the road is what myself or someone in my position does.
Captain Mulder, when did you want to become a firefighter?
Well, I had a lot of family in the fire service, so it started at a really young age, probably about how old you guys were. I always got to go to the firehouse when I was little because my dad was a fireman, and ever since then, that's what I wanted to do, and here I am.
Fred, what is the best thing about your job?
Best thing. So growing up, going all through school, I was always involved with team sports, not necessarily individual type activities, more team type stuff. And this job is definitely more along the lines of a team job, not an individual job. You gotta work well together with others, be able to communicate, work together to achieve a common goal.
Captain, what education and training was needed to get to where you're at today?
Well, obviously we had to have our high school diploma, so we had to get through basic high school. Then I went to 240, so it was basic firefighter training. And then I went through EMT basic and paramedic. That way I could ride on the medic. And then as my career went on, I just continued training. I think we probably do hundreds of hours every year training. It's a continued education, so our education never stops. But to start out, we had to do our 240 basic fire school, our EMT and paramedic, and 20 years later, I am still learning and going to school.
What things in school did you learn to help you become a better firefighter?
So while in school, I may not have known that this is what I wanted to do, but looking back, there's a lot. Other than the obvious of you need to know how to read, you need to know how to write, like stuff like that. This particular job, so to ride the medic, you need to pay attention in science class, like all the biology classes and stuff like that came into play. Health and phys ed class definitely would apply to this, because to be a firefighter you have to be in shape. You can't be lazy, you got to be active and you got to be in shape in order to be successful in this. Math, when we're riding the medic, sometimes we have to do drug calculations. Now we have computer programs and stuff like that help us out, but like you have to be able to you have to figure out what somebody weighs, and then sometimes the medication you give is dependent on what they weigh, so you have to know math. I guess long story short, at the time I didn't know what I wanted to do, but there's a lot of education from kindergarten through high school that apply to this job. So, ended up needing to know a lot of it.
Travis, can you explain to the kids your day today? Like today we're on duty for 24 hours, correct? So can you explain to the kids what took place this morning when you woke up at home to what's going to happen to where you get home tomorrow?
Okay. Well, the very first thing, I wake up, A lot of times I check our staffing matrix to see if there's any call-offs, stuff like that. Then I generally take my shower, get ready for work, come in. Again, I'll check it again to see if anybody called off. We try to do our manning, get all of our, we have 5 stations, so we got to make sure that each truck is properly staffed. Then we got to make sure it's staffed with the correct people. Once we get that done, we start what we call a roll call, where the unit that's going off communicates any issues or any problems that they encountered in their day to the crew coming on. At that point, we get all of our gear out, we inspect it, we make sure it is fit and ready for us to wear if we were to catch a house fire or an auto accident or something. We check all of our equipment on all of our trucks. We generally, after that, we put some kind of training together. We have a lot of equipment on a lot of different trucks, whether it's our rescue, our ladder, or one of the engines, or the medic. So we always try to put at least an hour or so of training, if not more. And generally from there, it takes us to about lunchtime. After lunch, sometimes we do odds and ends. If we get EMS supplies, we'll put them away, or there's a project around the station that needs done, we try to complete that. Most of the guys like to work out. All of our stations has workout equipment. I think Freddie was talking earlier how physical ed or gym class helped him out. So that's kind of our gym out there. We generally work out for an hour or so a day. That takes us to maybe dinner time. And I guess to back up a little bit, we have to make a store run every day. So you see us, and you see a lot of different crews at the store because we have 5 different stations, so it's usually not the same crew. We make our dinner, and about that time is where we kind of relax, like our fire department's set up like your house almost, and we just kind of relax and bond with the guys that we work with. And anytime a call comes in and that can interrupt us at any point, we drop what we're doing, we take our runs, and we have a bed. At nighttime, we sleep just like you guys do, and if we get a run, it wakes us up, and then we start the process over again.
So if we're at the table, eating dinner, and a run comes in, what happens?
Everybody drops what they're doing, they get up and we go. We usually try to be from the table to the fire truck in less than 1 minute.
I'll answer this one because I already kind of threw it out there. We work 24 hours a day. We come in at 7 a.m. and we'll leave at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. So today is Thursday. So we come in Thursday morning, 7 a.m. and we'll leave Friday morning at 7 a.m. unless we get called out for overtime or something like that. So it's a 24-hour work period. Fred, how many people work at this firehouse?
I believe the minimum amount of people at this station is 6. That is 3 people on a fire truck, 2 people on a medic, and 1 battalion chief. Travis said we have a total of 5 stations, and under normal conditions we have a minimum of I think 3 people at the other 4 stations. Some of them get a little bit more, but this station is 6 a day, no matter what.
And then Travis, how many trucks do we have here at West Licking Fire?
Well, we said we had 5 stations. So every station has a medic except for station 5. So we have 4 medics. And then at station 1 we have a rescue, which handles like auto accidents and stuff. Station 2 and 5 have fire trucks, which they are the trucks that carry hose and water for the most part. These would be the trucks that would, if your house catches on fire, would be there to put the fire out. And we have a ladder truck at station 3. So that would give us 9 trucks total. Plus we have reserve trucks and battalion trucks and chief trucks. So for a total number, I would say 15 to 20 altogether.
And Fred, what do we do? What do you do when you're not responding to an emergency?
Like Travis said, that there's a lot of things we do throughout the day. So in the morning, if we're not, this is all stuff if we're not on a call. We have to take care of the station just like it's our house. So some people have dirty laundry that needs to be washed. We need to make sure that the bathrooms are clean. We need to make sure that the station itself is clean. Like we can't have a bunch of junk laying around out in the bays that would be in the way or just more or less cluttering it up. We train a lot. We still go through school here. Like we have to get so many hours in order to maintain our certifications. So we do a lot of school. In the evenings, we just kind of hang out. Once everything is done and everything's situated, we just kind of hang out because like, you never know when we're going to get called out and then how long that one call might be. Like we may get called out and it be a false alarm. So like we pull out of the station and we turn around and come back. Or we may get called out and we might not come back for 6 more hours or longer. So it's just every call is a toss-up. But that being said, anytime after 4 or 5 in the afternoon, if we can kind of sit down and relax, we're gonna possibly take that chance because we never know when we're gonna get sent out somewhere.
All right, kids, we're gonna have firefighter Bryce Maple answer some questions now. Bryce, what makes someone great at your job?
Hard work, dedication, and always wanting to train and do better.
So dedicated to what?
The community and our department to always strive for excellence.
Strive for excellence. Because excellence saves lives, right?
Yes, it does.
Okay. What is the longest you've gone without sleep?
Probably 48 hours.
48 hours?
Yeah.
It's a long time. So explain why that happens.
Because you'll be at work one day.
So you get up at 6 a.m.
Get up at 6 a.m.
Okay.
You'll be up at 6 a.m. into work by 7, and then you're up an entire 24-hour period because of runs and work here.
Mm-hmm.
And then you'll either have sometimes people work other jobs, or in cases you have a time where you get mandated for overtime or you owe somebody a trade. So you could be at work for 48 hours straight and not get a chance to go to bed ever. And it's a long 2 days.
It is a long 2 days.
That's long. It is a long 2 days.